It's either these schools are relocated or these elements are removed from the school environment. And it ends with saying, or by saying, it is scary. It is scary. That's what he said. And that leads us to the point of discourse this morning. Can we protect our school children from the dangers of drug abuse, prostitution, other antisocial vices? Can we do that? We need to talk about these things seriously, because this issue, or the issue of antisocial behavior among school children in Nigeria, is a pressing concern. And it does require urgent attention. I mean, that story being shared by a family member of our school children are being influenced and drawn into antisocial vices such as drug abuse, prostitution, bad habits, and all. I mean, it does highlight the vulnerability of school children to negative influences and the need for a proactive measure to protect them. And I don't know why it does feel as though every time that we hear proactive measure, we always feel, oh, it's got to be the government. Oh, Lord, it's the government. Where is this government, this people that we voted in? Where are they? No. Most times, it usually is not even about the government. It's about us, you and I. Because you know that young man who was puffing on the sidelines. You know that young lady who was taking whatever it may be, maybe alcoholic, maybe, I don't know, some mixture according to what the family member said. So he's even stronger or even tougher than alcohol now. I mean, you never know what property make up that mixture, right? And these people take it, and I don't know, I'm trying to understand the reason, but some would want to tell you very quickly that, you know what, it's just our way of taking our minds away from all the troubles and the pain. But then when all of the excitement that these drugs or intakes give clear away, you were back to where you started. You're back to the reality, and whatever challenges, whatever pain, whatever hunger, whatever it is that was affecting you or troubling you, just comes back times 10. Do we understand that? And in Nigeria, behavior among school children is really a widespread problem, and that affects not only the individuals involved, but it also affects their families, the community, and the society at large. I mean, according to research, cultism, smoking, truancy, and examination malpractice, they are some of the common antisocial behaviors that has been exhibited by school children in Nigeria. And then for some of you listening now, you're a parent, you're a guardian, and you're asking yourself, where did this child learn this from? You just never know. The society, what they see in the society, they are influenced by, and it teaches them. And they think that what they are being taught is ecstasy, is the way, is the life. Little wonder we still find all of these crimes, because many a time some of the issues that we face in the society when it comes to kidnapping and robbery and everything, they've been linked to drug abuse, mostly drug abuse. They've been linked to peer pressure. They've been linked to quite a number of things. So let's look at some of the pointers right there, that's very important for us to, talk about. I mean, there is a pointer of lack of guidance. There's a pointer of influence of peer pressure. I mean, there's a lot of pointers to it, but I'd like you to deliberate. I'd like us to deliberate on this. Can we protect school children from the dangers of drug abuse, prostitution, and other antisocial vices? That's the question for the general open banter this morning. 0907-353-0044 is that number for you to call to give me your contribution right there. And the other number is 0908-766-8888. The WhatsApp portal number would be 0909-705 4450. And just to also inform that we will take delivery of your WhatsApp voice notes. So please do send a WhatsApp voice notes to, we understand times are hard and all of that. So send a WhatsApp voice note and we will take that voice note on here. But do well to also include your name and your location. Better still, get across social media platforms, talking about Facebook, talking about YouTube right there, and let us in to the answer to what you think. Is it a government problem? Is it a people's problem? What exactly is it? Can we protect our school children from the dangers of drug abuse, prostitution, and other antisocial vices? Right? At Eagles FM Abuja on YouTube and Facebook. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning, my brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Coco, calling you again.
Coco. All right, Coco, welcome aboard. Okay. Talk to us. Let's hear in there. Talk to us. Can we do this? Can we protect these children?
Yes, sir. I think all the water refuse.
Hello, Coco.
Hello, sir. Are you with me?
I should be asking you if you're with me. Right. Anyways, Coco, do well to call back. I think you have a little bit going on right there. But yeah, the question is still out there. Can we indeed protect our school children, from the dangers of drug abuse and other related antisocial activities right there? And whose jobs would it be, or whose job is it, to do this for the sake of safeguarding a future? Hello and good morning.
Hello, Eagle FM.
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay. This is what we're talking about, right? It doesn't just it's not just about we want to raise 50% tariff and all of that. Now you have raised it. You're even saying it's not enough. And the FCCPC has called on the telecoms operators and saying, hey, if you're raising this to 50%, then you should also up your game so that we don't have these kinds of, imagine who's paying for that now. Do you understand? Okay, but let's go take this one. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, brother.
Yeah, from Autabaleti, CJ calling.
CJ, thank you so much. Welcome aboard. Talk to us, CJ.
Who can protect our school children 90%?
90?
From drug, 90% from drug abuse.
Okay.
And immorality. We can protect it when our economy is good. Look at how we used to protect it in my own angle. Before, we are doing a community sport, friendly match. At the grade, they have a junior team, they have a senior team, they have a teenager team.
Okay.
For example, we will go Nyanya and invite them to come for Nyanya. Also, we invited Nyanya to come for Masaka to put friendly match. You see all these football and sport activities in the evening when school is closed around 3:30 or 3 o'clock to almost 7. The children is in activity, playing ball, doing a lot of sports, spirited sports. You understand? But because of the economy, it will be difficult to a person to transport a 12 teenagers or a 12 students from Nyanya to Masaka now because the transport is high. From Agwanzakara to Agwantofa, from Agwantofa to Autabaleti, from Autabaleti. You see all these communities before they used to gather, do all this network collection, playing friendly match, doing races, all these athletics. You understand? You call from this primary school or secondary school to come and join these people and do. In the evening, you see all these people were connected to activities of engaging Yahoo, engaging of drug abuse, engaging of all immorality. You understand? But because of the economy of this country, from Nyanya now to Masaka, how much? From Masaka now to Kreti, how much? From Agwanzakara, from Maraba Shamati to Agwantofa now, how much? You understand? That is, even when the environment is conducive, I'm telling you, they will minimize all this thing.
All right,
you
I get
it. Let the government carry everything so that all this thing will be easy. You will see many sports contribute 80% of promoting of children from all this I call it rubbish. All these things. If one person is engaged, which time you go and look for Yahoo? Which time you go and go and begin to take India codeine and all these drugs?
Okay.
You understand?
I get that, CJ.
That's the thing. Let government make the environment conducive for our coming youth.
So CJ is about the government. Is the government that you're saying should do okay? Make the economy easier.
If we hardly see a smart government to bring out 100 naira so that we will join together, go and play ball for the other communities. It's really hard.
Right. Okay. Thank you, CJ. CJ right there says, look, when you are, it depends on what you're feeling your mind with, right? That there were times when, matches were organized where youths would be very vibrant in these things. I don't know how many people still hear of the Boy Scout and the Girls Guide Guild anymore. I don't know. Are these things still working? The girls. There used to be, some very educational fun things back in the day. Yeah, they were very vibrant, very well respected. You see communities travel from one community to the other, engage in a match and stuff like that. And you see the entire community come together. In fact, economic activities also thrive. But then CJ is particular about the hardship. If the economic situation gets better, then maybe we can protect our children from the dangers of drug abuse, prostitution, infidelity, and other antisocial vices. But I'll just head out now. There's so much that you are saying, but put it all together. Don't lose thought and don't lose sight. We'll be right back, and I'll be hearing from you because we need to settle this matter, and settle this matter we must.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable. Eagles 102.3.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 20 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Here to stay.
All right, we're still in the discourse of seeing how we can sweep, our society and at least rid it of some of the antisocial activities so that we don't have to get our children, especially school children, getting to learn these vices and also replicating it in the society, as quite a number of you have said that this is what is causing the danger and posing the danger even for future generation. And we get to also add our voices loudly and clearly in the arena of the general open banter. Don't forget, my name is Udwak Daniel. Call me UD, the golden voice on your radio, and the number still is 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. The WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. I mean, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. That's what they say. And so when there is feeling your mind, what is filling the hearts of these children, the minds of these children, is what CJ had tried to, enumerate right there, put out there. But then he has put his own blame on the government. Hello.
Hello, UD.
Yes, good morning, So.
Good morning.
Yes, talk to us, So. Very well,
nice
thank
work,
you.
nice
Very
work.
well, thank you.
UD.
Yes, please, So. Where are you calling from, by the way?
From
Lokogoma. All right, talk to us, So.
Yeah. UD, for me, this is a two-way traffic.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And when I say two-way traffic, is that it's not the government that we punish morality. Morality is for the society, while the government punish the law, the legality part of it, right? Government have their own percent to contribute, while the parents, we parents, the society have their own contribution, right? If the conventional way, which the school and everything does not give you 70%, while coming back home, parents should have their own contribution, right? It has gotten to that point where who pay the piper is dictating the tune.
Right.
The tune. If a 7-year-old boy is able to make money in the family, right? He becomes the firstborn. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, right? At that point, it's not bad because he's bringing money.
Right.
So is it government that will come to our various home to make sure things are not? In those days, you don't even need to know the child parent before you score that person, right? Yeah, but these days, even at various schools, I'm not saying we shouldn't be like beating and all this in, but they say spare the this and they spoil the child, right?
Yeah, spread the rod and spoil the child. There's this stage that, because they are pleasure-loving beings, there is this stage that all what they think is the game, and you need to correct them at that stage. Yeah, so the parent does their part and the school does their own part. So it's not a one-way traffic, it's not a hardship, it's not anything. I just feel that we have lost as a parent and we are blaming the government to do everything. Government cannot do everything. We spend almost how many percent of our time with those children, right? Most times you go to homes these days, maybe by 9 p.m., 10 p.m., you ask parents, where is your child? They can't give account of them. They can't. Because the person is bringing B. The person is paying B in the house, regardless of the age. So it's not just the government thing. It's the parents who have lost the moral aspect of it. And we should blame not just government, blame ourselves How
too.
do we regain it, I mean, with the way things are, where do we go from here? Is there no hope? There's this thing that I feel that something that I started one day and I was thinking maybe the Ministry of Education should look at this angle, right? Okay.
These days, you see a child of 1 year, right? A mother is taking a child of 1 year to a school, maybe pre-nursery. How do they commit something, right?
Crash.
At 1 year, what is that child doing at the school? At 1 year, that is the child that is the time a mother, that is the time the parents should be able to guide, mold that child to that system, to modify the child. You are taking a child of 1 year to someone who has not given birth, who does not know what it means, right? To define the roles for a child, to train it for you.
Okay.
And most times you will find out what they do there is that because those children get disturbed, at the point they give them some peace for them to sleep. Because for them it's nuisance. So I don't know why at 1 year, what are you taking the child to school to go and do what? That is the time you need to stay. I was not taken to school for at the age at 1 year. I don't know if it does. I don't know. But because there's a stage that the parent needs to mold that child.
Okay, so I get it.
Thank you,
it's really
we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do.
I get that. True. Well, so right there. I mean, what is a child who's just barely 1 year old looking for in a creche? Is what so is asking, right? But then there are other thoughts. A thought line that is saying that many times when you find such parents agreeing to allow their child go to the crash from the very at a very tender age is because they want that education system for this child to be very fast and all of that. In fact, I'll share the thoughts that is because even the parents do not want to handle responsibility. And it takes us back to, how did our mothers really do these things? I mean, for some of us, as Soso mentioned, that even at the age of 1, he was not introduced to a school yet. No, because there was still a grooming that needs to be done within the family front. And I can also testify to that. And some of you can also testify to that. But is that the practice these days? Is that where we lost it? You tell me.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello, my brother. Good morning to you.
Morning, this is Coco. Sorry, calling you again.
Oh, Coco, welcome back. Thank you. Miss hearing that. Talk to us.
Lisa, I want to ask, before I contribute, I want to ask, according to your preaching this morning, I want to know, is it against the rule of journalism that you can express, or if someone asks you maybe where are you from, you can't tell the person your origin? Because I have this challenge even in other radio stations. Even when I pay will be doing programs, there are people that will, one man call, one family call, say him and her husband, wife, they are bargaining, they are arguing where our pay is from. So our pay now, they were begging our pay to let them know where we come from. Our pay didn't tell them, tell them. So I want to know.
No, it's not against. It's not against. It's a person. No, it's a person. It's not against. And it could also be to further that show. Do you understand? To keep you on your toes. Maybe in the end he will tell you. You never know. Right, I get that. I get that from you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
So back to the question, sir.
Yes, please.
So I think this thing is, will I say, it's a family work. It's a teamwork. Understand? Let me use the word teamwork.
Okay.
From the family to the school and to the government.
Okay.
I could remember when I was still young, when we were in primary school in the village. At least every 2 months, they would tell us commissioners are coming to inspect the school. All of us will be running up and down. Our principal would tell us they don't want to see any students roaming around the street. If commissioners see you on the street, they will arrest you. They will give us that influence. All of us will make sure we are in the school. But now you will see a child will leave a house and say he goes to school. He will not enter class. He will be roaming around the streets. School will close. You tell a child to face their house and go. He will branch somewhere to be playing or doing what is not fair. So all those kind of things are something government supposed to put on check. From the 7 o'clock hour to maybe 4 o'clock that you're supposed to be in school, if they find you outside the school, you get you arrested. I think that will put a student on check.
Okay.
Then we parents too, we have to pressure our children and let them know, and also know a kind of friend they are keeping.
All right.
Then, like the caller that called this morning concerning that Lagos Street, what our security agents are doing, are you telling me that the police are not in that environment patrolling or moving around? Are they not seeing? They see. You get there and arrest those people or caution them that this thing you are doing is causing nuisance to the environment. So I think we overlook everything until maybe the police will see that thing. He will say that is not his business until they call him official for that matter. That's when they will intervene. By that time, our children are corrupt. Because even me, like last week, I was opportune to drive around Wuse too.
Okay.
I was shocked to see all those ladies standing on the road. If you see the kind of clothes they were wearing, as soon as you just park your car, they will be the one to walk to you and start talking to you. So all this kind of thing cause embarrassment. Imagine me, my adult, to see that kind of thing. It was so irritating. Then talkless of small children around that environment. What picture are we portraying to those children? So I think our government should help us, and we individuals also should rise up to our need. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Coco, for that one. I don't know how many of y'all still remember that story of a very notorious, thief or armed robber who, while he was growing up, he started from pickpocketing. He started from taking meat from the pot, and it was unaddressed. He was pampered. Oh, he's a small child. What does he know? He's just coming up. Oh, young, poor boy. And maybe he was hungry. That's why. And all of that. We always made excuses for him for every time he picked something that didn't belong to him. And then he grew up with that mentality that in this life is mine. It's just for me to be a go-getter. I should be smart and fast and get these things regardless of who cries, who I hurt. And the D-Day came, of course, as we know. Nothing is hidden under the sun. The long arm of the law caught up with him, and he was supposed to be put for the capital punishment at the time. And then he called on his mother. His mother was there crying, called on his mother, said, please come close. I want to whisper something to you. And she goes, and he bites off her ear, and he said, for not cautioning me from the very start when I began. You should have cautioned me. Now, by saying this story, does not trying to put it as a gender issue or that is a mother's fault that a child. No, please. So don't misquote me. All right, it's the equally the right of the man, the father, and the mother to address the issues that pertain to the growth and development of any child. But let's hear from you still. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
This is Eunice.
Oh, Eunice, right. Where are you calling from, Eunice?
Calling from Gudu.
From Gudu. All right, Eunice, very quickly, let's jump into it. Talk to us. Can we ever get it rightly? Can we protect our school children from the dangers of drug abuse and other antisocial vices? What do you think?
Yesterday I was complaining concerning that issue because there is one particular school that I know. Anytime the student came, they will be playing all this worldly music for them. In the morning, they will be dancing, jumping. I've been observing this, and I now see the attitude of the children started changing. Like they were wise more than their age. I was even complaining. One of my colleagues was saying, but their parents didn't complain. Their parents, they are not able to say anything for what is happening in the school.
Right.
So, but this thing is not good too. Not if these children like they start to behave all these evil characters, they will start calling their children for teacher, they are doing this thing for their children, this and that, this and that. What he say, I'll fix correction for that. He say if their parents complain, they will stop all this thing they are doing to them. But their parents, they didn't say anything because they have money.
Right.
See, all this. See, I come to understand that we should put blame for teacher and parents and the youth too. Number one,
okay.
for the teacher, you cannot be with 1 year of student or 2 years, 7 years. I've already know all this worldly music. It's wrong.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be teaching them that. I know that. Yes, you just get their fear, play with them, jump and run. That one is okay for them, but not to be playing all this worldly music for them. It's not good. I know what I'm talking about. And number two, for the parents, allow your children to grow before you set them.
Okay.
You cannot just take your children for a teacher be controlling you. It's not good. Some parents, if their students come back, if their children come back from school, they will not even check. How about my school? Is it fine? Is it changed? What is the character of my kids for coming back to school? They are not even observing anything. They are just for worldly things.
Okay.
And number three,
all right.
But the children, they are going 19, 20, 21, 22. You know definitely that this girl you are dating to really love with you. You know that she's too small for you to have contact with her, and you are doing it. Are you not thinking of your future? What if your children, if somebody is doing all these things to your children, will you be happy? All these things join together and everything.
Okay.
So please, we should do something. This is wrong. Please, I'm always talking about future. We don't know when we'll meet tomorrow. We don't know how our future will be tomorrow. Not always the future and tomorrow. Please. We should stop all this thing. It's wrong.
All right. Thank you, Eunice, for that one, though. Eunice putting out the please out there, please. And you can tell about how passionate, she is about this one. And she has come from the place of exposure. What are you exposed to? What are you exposing the children to? And also to the place of the child. You too, whether you're a teenager and all, at least if you've come to the accountability and knowledge where you're beginning to understand life, you can tell this is good, this is bad, and all. Shouldn't you also be able to think about your future, right? Especially if you had the proper home bringing. Do you understand? Whereby the good book would have said, train up a child in the way he should go. When he grows, he never departs from it. I mean, that becomes a conscience. in your heart to telling you that, hey, this is not the right thing to do. But there are some children who have been trained to understand drug abuse is just a way out of your problem. In such cases, what do we do when you have parents who are half-baked? What's the future for such a child or a teenager? Right. Well, the number is still out there, 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450. Am I sounding like a calculator? Especially that one that gives sounds. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Dr. Yudi.
Oh, good morning to you. Is this Omotayo?
Yes, this is Omotayo, reaching
awesome.
you from Galadima.
From Galadima. Talk to us, Omotayo. Is there a hope? Is there a hope? Is there hope in nothing?
Yes, indeed, there is hope.
Okay.
I want to attack it from the angle of that friend of mine that came from the angle of a young child. If he's the one making money in the family, he becomes the head. He becomes like the firstborn of the home.
Yeah.
You see, Dr. Yudi, let's tell ourselves the truth. I'm one of those who like to tackle issues head on and realitatively.
Right.
I don't like beating around the bush or making comments just because I just want to. You see, before, thank God he made mention of before now. Parents don't take nonsense from their kids. Because parents can foot for their kids. Kids go to school back then. You don't run about the street and sell pure water and sell this and sell that for no good reason. Now, these days, bring it now to today that we are. Parents can no more pay the school fees of their word. Now, if this word must go to school, they have to hawk on the street to sell and make more money. In fact, usually, as in the current government now, it is not money to send them to school now they are hawking for. It is money to feed on a daily basis. That is what the children go out to hawk. Whose fault is it that the parents can no more make money even though they are working? But this job can no more spend. Their pays are no more pays that can take the parents home anymore. Whose fault is it? Is it the parents' fault? Is it because they are lazy? No, let's tell ourselves the truth. It is because of government policies. You cannot rule it out. That is where the problem starts from. A lot of these parents, insecurity, sent them out of their parent land where they were doing well and flourishing before now. Insecurity sent them out. Is it their fault? You don't think because they were lazy, that is why they had to run out of their fatherland? Because insecurity was almost...
You're saying their hands are tied. Parents' hands these days are tied. Okay.
You can't take government out of it. Government is the main reason. Look, let me tell you, if you don't fix government, the issue of the government policies and poverty that the government is plunging people into, asking people to tie their belt and meanwhile they themselves they are spending large and eating large. If you don't address those issues, I tell you, nothing will go right in our society.
All right, but
the reason why you can't even arrest those children.
The reason, I was going to come there. I'm glad you're going there now. The reason why you can't arrest the children, why?
It's because politicians themselves commit this crime and go scot-free, even worse crimes. Now, the policeman who is supposed to pick these children from the road has conscience, sir. He knows that politicians do these things, and in fact, the children of politicians are worse all off of this kind of attitude that this tends to be arrested. Politicians children take drugs, they do all sorts of things. Some of them even move around with weapons, guns, and when they are caught, their parents just come and bail them out. Now, this policeman who is to arrest the child of the poor looks at it and say, "Come, if this country is like this, when you arrest a rich man child for doing something very wrong that is precious to the economy, to the safety and livelihood of others, and these people are bailed in less than minutes and let go. Why do you have to arrest the child of a poor man who only offense to hawk on the street?
What about the place?
2 hours is on.
What about the place of community grooming? I mean, back in the day, Omotai, you would agree with me that even our parents, we had a parents' friend, even strangers will groom you on behalf of your parents and still take you to your parents, and they still groom you again, flog you on top of it, and thank the stranger. What about that? What about that? Have we lost it?
Yes. Of course, let me address that. You see, only a rich man's child you cannot groom now. A big man's child or son or daughter, they are the ones you can't groom in the present society. If you groom a poor man's son or daughter, I don't think the father will come raining down fire on the roof of the school because his or her daughter was flogged. Because a poor man almost have no. Where will he take you to? You see, the problem is a societal problem. Are you now saying that the country, the economy is now, the country is now a country for the rich man because his son cannot be groomed in school and all of that? Look, let me tell you, sir. Parents became too careful. Teachers became too careful neighbors became too careful to help other people groom their children when they see the way rich people lock up innocent people or lock up teachers or neighbors because you help them to correct their children.
Right.
By not sparing the rod. So
okay.
Look, our problem is deep down. We need to go back to the root and address it. Otherwise, we will just be wasting our time. Things will go even more wrong if we don't go back to the root. The government has to find a way to bring a light to these things. Thank you so much, my brother.
Omotaya, appreciate that one from you. Omotaya right there, spitting fire and venom and serious. But yeah, strong point he put out there. Now people are afraid to even groom any other person's child. Say, I beg now, my picking. I beg you, make you do it you want to do. Go groom him now. If you touch him now, now police. So, and police is is a popular way of settling disputes now. Even what kind of dispute now am I going to call? This type that does not even need a police, settlement. You'll still see people trying to express their societal relevance. DPO. They are not even calling the sergeant or no. DPO. Come and arrest. There is an arrest here. Before you know it, you see them come running. There's a lot that has gone wrong. That's the truth. Imagine that in southeast of Nigeria, right? About 68.7% of secondary school students are involved in cultism. That's in southeast. Now, I'm talking statistics now. You could go verify it. 13.4% engage in smoking and 12.3% exhibit truancy. Now, a study in Ibadan, Nigeria, found that students with hearing impairment are more prone to antisocial behavior due to factors like social isolation and lack of support. And then research in Imo State, Nigeria, revealed that the exposure to digital media can predict antisocial behavior among adolescents in senior secondary schools. There's also the place of personality traits, where a study on university students in Nigeria has found that certain personality impulsivity can contribute to antisocial behavior. All right, so these statistics highlight the need for targeted interventions and support systems to addressing antisocial, behavior among children. There's a lot to talk about, quite a number to take in, and there's a need to also, tinker a little bit with the fact that there is a lack of proper guidance. Some of the pointers and concerns, influence of peer pressure, easy access to drugs and substances. And now drugs and substances, very easy now. You can almost get them off the, counter. You can get them in the streets right there. Everybody's peddling. Most people, most youths, young ones are peddling these drugs, and there is no form of restriction. And that comes to the place of regulation, even from the counter level, as well as from the relevant stakeholders as well as government agencies, and not forgetting the fact that we as parents, we have a role to play, and we must play this role regardless of what societal or economic factors we may be dealing with. That's why we are grown-ups, that's why we are adults, that's why we are parents, and that's why we are still like heads over these ones to sort of lead while these ones follow. Because trust me, in the next 40-50 years, you would not want to look back at the society and cry. You would want to look back at the society and say, I was able to influence, I was able to affect positively these generation, that are really affairs. Because trust me, you won't be there for too long. You would have gone, to being relegated somewhat. So the question will be, am I relegated to a place of importance and relevance, or am I relegated to the place of shame and poverty and lack and disdain? right? Well, I mean, we can go on and on. The phone lines are still buzzing right there. I see this one here. This is coming from Sanusi, texting from Suleja. Mr. Dan, in fact, the society, peer group, internet has a huge impact or influence in the character, habit formation on our children. The trend to emulate, or they tend to emulate or imitate what they see or hear. Parents and government have a long way to go in protecting our youth from all these social vices, including immorality. Sanusi right there texting from Suleja. I appreciate you. Well, this is where we draw the curtain and call it close. But yet the breakfast show is not over yet, because at 11 o'clock we will be talking about matters that concern, a global initiative on open government partnerships to promoting transparency and accountability, of course, citizen participation, right, in Nigeria, so that we can get it rightly and get it rightly for once, where stakeholders and everybody are enjoined to put your ears down and give ears and listen, because this is vital to our growth and development. Udwak Daniel is my name. Don't go away.
For the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable. Eagles 102.3.